ladies, for the last time today, if you wish to learn a few of the stories of the tower, it's the menagerie,
Do not flee, madam, unless you are too terrified by the prospect of these creatures. Understandable, they are most ferocious, indeed. But if you are strong enough of heart, draw close to me. It is certainly not I that you should be scared of today.
the tavern menagerie here in the Tower of London. Coming close. Come on, if you would like.
Well, we're doing adequately. Come close. I think this will be a 20-minute presentation. If that is sufficient for you, if you're willing to stay for 20 minutes, you will be enthralled, I assure you. How do you feel?
It is up to you, my lord.
Indeed.
We will start.
Indeed. Very good, very good.
As you are all here, it is small but select.
Indeed. Now, allow me to introduce myself. Come closer, actually. I shall ascend these steps.
Oh, very good. Gosh.
Give myself a
He's
great
a showman.
advantage point. Now, I am
Don't encourage him too much.
Septimus Watson, renowned naturalist, explorer, and collector of exotic animals from around the globe. Here in this year, 1835, the year of our good sailor king, William IV. Gentlemen and ladies, God save the king!
God save the king!
Yes, one of you there. Let's try that once more, shall we? God save the king!
God save the king!
Excellent, excellent, resounding chorus. Wonderful indeed. Now, I am sure you are all here to witness the marvel and the spectacle of the Royal Menagerie, are you not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
actually, I'm sorry, but in this year, 1835, you're going to be very disappointed if you come here looking for animals. I'll tell you for why. I'm here visiting the crown jewels and to see the soldiers and all that kind of a thing. But if you're here for the animals, I must tell you that on the instructions of His Majesty the King himself, the Duke of Wellington has closed it down. He wants to take the tower for more military purposes. And who are we to argue with such a great general as General Wellington?
Well, indeed, madam, you are half right, and it is, of course, also to say you are half wrong. Please allow me to correct you, madam.
Charming.
Indeed, Wellington has taken away many of the fine examples of creatures here in the tower. For example, until very recently, we had, amongst other things, 2 raccoons. We had an American black bear.
Yes.
We had a grizzly bear called Old Martin.
Professor.
A Tibet bear, many
Professor.
monkeys, a bonneted monkey, a pig-faced
Professor.
buffoon, 3 kangaroos.
Professor Watson!
And an African...
Professor Watson! If you don't mind, I'm on my way to the crown jewels. I don't have the time. You were going to correct me, I think.
Indeed, yes. As I say, many of these creatures have been taken away, but I have managed to retain some of the more fascinating creatures here at the tower, indeed. And they are most remarkable indeed, my friends. Now, I do have something of an ulterior motive for calling you all here today. I do recognise 1 or 2 of you as very prominent members of the court.
Oh,
King William IV.
Hello.
God save the king.
God save the king.
God save the king.
Yes, yes, very good, very good. And I've asked you here today, of course, because as soon as you've seen these creatures, you will rush at once, in haste, to Windsor Castle, to petition the king to bring all the animals back here to the tower where they belong.
Well, I'm sure you'd all agree, friends, would you not, that I think you'll find the animals are far better off at their new menagerie at Regent's Park. After all, there they've got much larger cages where they will have surroundings much closer to their native lands, which I think is better. Do you not agree?
Better? Poppycock, madam. Nonsense. No, indeed. Animals are far better in cages.
What?
Are they not? Where people can see them properly, where we can look after them properly. They're a wide open spaces. Why would we bother to have them here at all, madam? We should leave them in Africa otherwise. Nonsense. No. But I see that look on your face, madam, you're not convinced.
Not
Either that or
really.
you're feeling a bit queasy.
Yes, not really. I don't
But
like
I would ask you, I'll ask all of you to close your eyes. And through the power of your imagination, I will transport you all to darkest Africa.
Now, no funny business, please.
Now, imagine,
Close your eyes.
imagine walking around and walking amongst all sorts of great apes. You would have common macaques, you would have egret monkeys, you would have great baboons, my friends. Yes, you wouldn't be able to walk amongst them. They would be in a room set up like a scullery with a roaring fireplace.
No. Let me just get this clear. There are no bars between you and a group of highly volatile primates.
Indeed, yes, exciting, is it not?
No, not really.
We did have one baboon, in fact. He was ferocious. He would pick up anything he could find and hurl it at the visitors.
Now, I heard about this baboon. This baboon, on the way here to the tower in the boat, on the way over the water, it's picked up a can
time to the 13th century, when the animals started arriving here at the tower. This way.
Well, I'd like to see 13th century. Come this way. I'm sure I believe you.
You're not sure you believe me, madam? You'd rather see them.
A charlatan.
I'm an eminent professor. I may look rather young for the title, but nonetheless. But crown jewels, you'll forget all about the crown jewels.
I don't,
Creatures,
yes, I don't really have time. I haven't seen the crown jewels since I was a little girl. Can I go back up that way and take it? Yes. Where are we going? Just down here.
We're transporting ourselves to the 1250s, the mid-13th century.
This all believe in
This was indeed a fortress of defence, a fortress of defiance. And here it was home to the most imperial and majestic of creatures, the undefeatable Prince of Pachyderms himself. I speak, of course, of the elephant!
Not an elephant. Who are you? My name is William de Botton. I'm the keeper of the royal beasts here at the Tower of London. Sorry about the smell. My friends, I'm a very informed person, as you can tell. Well, I know I spend most of my days shoveling up the dung.
We got it.
But royal beasts are very expensive presents given by foreign powers. And that is why they're here at the Tower of London. They're kept here by my king, King Henry III, and I look after them. We have been given a present of 3 leopards by the Holy Roman Emperor. Quite impressive. We didn't think that could be outdone, but we were wrong. Because following that, the French king didn't want to be outdone, so he gave us an elephant, my friends. An enormous, great elephant. I don't know if you can picture one, if you have ever seen one, my friends, but truth be told, we had never. And when we first laid eyes upon it, my first thought was, I'm going to need a bigger bucket. But friends, the elephant, we'd heard all sorts of stories. We'd heard that they had no knees, that they just had great tree trunk legs, and if they fell over, they couldn't get back up again. Which nonsense. We found out that they did have knees, and we looked after them. We had Matthew Paris, that great monk, come down and draw it so that everyone would know what an elephant looked like from then on. Now, friends, we built for this mighty creature a large paddock, some 20 foot by 40 foot, and we looked after it as best we could. But friends, I'm sure you've all come to see the elephant, no doubt.
Oh, yes.
Very well. I shall show now, where did I put him? I had him on me earlier. I know where I put him. He's in here.
No. Now, Professor Watson, this man's either an idiot or a fool. He's looking for an elephant in a bucket.
Baby elephants, perhaps, madam?
Very small.
Well, I thought you lot would have already heard. Well, everyone had heard the story. I'm afraid, friends, if you come to see the elephant alive, then you're a bit late. The elephant has passed on.
What?
He's no more. It's an ex-elephant. Omni Patria Filius Spiritus Sancti Amen. Friends, the only bit of the elephant that I have left is this. This is one of his teeth, my friends. This is an elephant's tooth. And it's the only part of my friend I have to remember him by, because when the elephant died, we buried him here at the Tower of London. But not content with that, they dug him back up again and sent his bones to Westminster Abbey. So the monks there want to make religious artifacts out of the ivory and the bones. You can imagine you can get quite a few saints' bones out of an elephant, can't you? So, my friends, I do have other animals to look after. We have the leopard. Well, we've got one leopard left. The other 2 have mysteriously died. It's funny that when you put animals in the care of someone who have got no idea how to look after them, mysteriously they die. The elephant was supposed to last 200 or 300 years. It lasted just a little over 2. Never mind. You know, you live and learn. It's away with you, fellow. And your stench. Gentlemen and ladies, the elephant's tooth.
Yes.
Hurrah!
Yeah, no, we're going to have to do better than that. You're not impressed, are you? If you want these good people to cleave a path to Buckingham Palace and to speak to King William on your behalf, we're going to have to do better than that.
Very well, I shall, madam. This was just the start of the experience, you see. You wish to see a real, live animal, my friend.
Yeah.
Very good. In that case, if you can steel yourselves, I shall show you a creature very ferocious and formidable indeed. So much so, you need to leave behind a barrier to see it. This way, friends.
Right, come this way, come your way.
They are very useful. They provide something great for the ladies here. Now, ladies, it is a beauty treatment the crocodile provides out of its back end. Because crocodile dung is very useful for the health and for the beauty.
if you smear it all over your face like I do every day, then you will be most beautiful, just like me.
No, I think this is ridiculous. Animal poo used as a beauty product, and also a creature that stays still for the winter months of the year. I think he's talking rubbish. Would you not agree?
Yeah.
It's not rubbish. You're rubbish. Get off.
No, this is not rubbish. I will place my hand in the very jaws of death. You can see I've done it before. I will prove to you that this beast does not move a muscle during the winter months. Watch this.
Are you sure?
Right, stay. Now, here we are. Yours, and there you go. See? Stop still. Move a muscle.
It's in the winter months, fellow.
I think. What month is it, Rebecca?
It's only just September.
September.
The crocodile friend. Yes, apologise for that, Mister. Yeah, fortunately, Master of the Bottom does have another hand, so I'm sure he will recover. Yes, the crocodile, fearsome, is it not? Well, it surely shows how dangerous and treacherous these reptilians can be, is it not? All sorts of creatures like that, most ferocious. I tell, of course, of the boa constrictor that we had here for many years now. I once had to wrestle it to the ground in this very building. If it wasn't for the aid of two of the keepers who came along, snapped its tooth from its jaw, I will be snake food as we speak, my friends.
Well,
Indeed.
if you're going to get that close to dangerous beasts like reptiles, what do you expect? You wouldn't find me going anywhere close to that. You should be more careful, sir.
More
Honestly.
careful. Do you not think
More
I'm
respect
experienced
for the
in these matters, madam? I will have you know, I have dodged the infamous Niagara fireballs on the Mekong River.
Where?
The Mekong River, madam. I have escaped from a tribe of cannibals in the Ituri forest. I spent 3 weeks surviving on nothing but my own water in the Atacama Desert. Yes, indeed. I know my stuff when I'm talking about animals, madam. I really do. Now, we shall now move forward in time past these medieval superstitions to see a rather more formidable beast. Now, I talk, of course, we are now in the court of King James I, and he certainly was a king who knew how to appreciate a good menagerie and some good entertainment. Yes, indeed. Most marvelous. Who are you?
Lady Frances Howard. I'm one of the most beautiful ladies in England. True, sir.
Oh, we'll be the judge of
What
that,
are you
I
doing
think.
here?
Well, technically, I'm a prisoner here. But we don't want to worry about a small matter of poisoning, because the thing is I know the king very well. So, not only are my apartments, as I like to call them, I think it has a certain ring to it, don't you, madam? Rather than prison cell, I think apartment. After all, I wouldn't be here if I wasn't rich. I mean, poor people are over the river, and they have rats and all sorts of things. Whereas I have a huge bed, yes, that's I do, and also chests of clothes, and everything I want, really. And I've just been granted liberty power, so I'm now even allowed to leave my apartment and wander around the tower as freely as I wish.
It's fascinating, madam, but I'm in the middle of a presentation about the wild and exotic creatures that are residing here at the tower.
I know, that's why I'm here. I want to see a bear.
Ah, you wish to see a bear, madam?
Yes.
Well, in that case, you are in luck indeed, for we have such a specimen here at the tower this
Well,
day.
unveil it. Because all these people here, look at them. Can't you just see? Look at this madam here. She's virtually on tenterhooks.
I can tell. Can you stand it, madam? Can you stand the terror?
No, and this young lady here, look how close she stands to
Indeed,
where she
courageous.
thinks the bear might come out.
How's she any idea where the bear will come from, madam?
Well, I am hoping, since you're going in sequence, that there might be a bear.
Ah, you may be right. Then. Very well. Well, without further ado, I shall unveil this most mighty creature indeed. Reveal the bear! Yes!
They're a bit pitiful.
Pitiful, madam?
Pitiful. I mean, honestly, my cook has a recipe for a bear pie, and frankly, that might well go in it.
It's just a bit tired.
Where are its bleeding tusks, its fangs,
Got a
its...
muzzle on!
I mean, that thing, apparently, some people say bears are born as a shapeless lump and licked into shape. I don't believe it, but frankly, that one's making me think it might be true. I want to see it fight! I want to see it snarl! The a measly-looking man, bow-legged, short, asthmatic, Scottish, but we don't try to hold that against him. He's not really our king, let's face it. Always surrounded by a great crowd of beautiful young men. He's pretty pitiful. Not as bad as the bear, though, because at least he has the grace to behave like a king. My king has had a platform built where you come in, and he keeps his fighting bears here. So he'll come out, he'll sit on a platform like this, in his throne, dangling his little bandy legs, and below him a velvet cloth, and then, like the pit here, a bear pit beneath him. And from one end will come the bear, and from another end will come the animals the bear is to fight, like lambs and horses. They're the tedious ones. Sometimes a lion is brought out, and the bear will roar, and the lion will sneak away. And the best thing, bull mastiffs. It's true, true. They keep running out of them, but you can come here and see a bear pitted against a dog, and I tell you, it's one of the most fun things you can see. Once I saw a bear fight where the bear picked up the mastiff, and the mastiff growled, and it flung it against the velvet curtain, and it guts went everywhere, and the king sprang from his chair and clapped. It's wonderful. You can, if you bring your own dog, you get free entry to the tower. What? Have you anybody bought dogs? I bought a dog. This is my dog. He's somewhat old.
Say that again.
Slightly mangy. However, his name is Tabaka, and he loves being thrown to bears. Not that it's ever happened to him, because otherwise obviously he'd be dead. But the point is, I'm going to go into bears now. How long do you reckon he'll last? 5 seconds?
Wrong to
No.
that.
Not very long. I shall take you up on your wager, sir. It's always very... It enlivens life as a prisoner. Ready? 1, 2, 3,
Stop, madam! No,
But Mr. Barker wants to be thrown to bears. Look,
We don't want a small little dog thrown to the bears and rich smithereens, do we?
No.
No, exactly. We live in a much more enlightened time. I don't care what your dog thinks. I don't care what you think. We live in a much more enlightened time. We do not have this blood sport now. Shame on you, madam.
poor Mr. Barker.
Madam, away with you and your barbarism. Honestly, no, I apologise, friends, I do apologise. This savage woman here, of course we do not treat animals that badly in 1835.
No, we don't.
We're not very nice to our children. We send them up chimneys and down mines, but we like our animals. We're very fond of our animals. No, but I see you are still desperate to see the king of beasts itself, are you not? Well, of course, it is the symbol of our kings, of our royalty, selected by Richard the Lionheart himself. Of course, there, special effects, you'll notice. I speak, of course, of the lion. Now, are you prepared?
Yep.
Very good. You may wish to fall into your husband's arms as you swoon in terror there, my friend. You prepared? Unveil the king of beasts, the majestic lion!
Hey! Now, what do you think? Come on over, have a good look at this mighty beast over here.
Oh.
I can tell you all the stories you need to know about these lions here. For these lions
I'm scared.
are one of the longest serving animals here at the Tower of London. They have been here
I'm
since
scared
the
now.
mid-13th century. Not this one, obviously, it's frightfully old. But you see, we believe we are living in a much more enlightened and scientific age. We don't believe the superstitious beliefs that the people have mastered of boats on during the medieval period. We, of course, do not go for the blood sport with which Lady Frances Howard and the ladies and gentlemen of her time reduced these noble creatures to. Like I say, we live in a much more scientific age in this year, 1835. Well, the Zoological Society has just been founded. It's been given a royal charter by the King himself. My husband, who's a very intelligent man, he says that a young gentleman called Charles Darwin is writing some very, very exciting things back from the Galapagos Islands. And so people are coming from all over the country to see and to study these fine beasts, and what finer, what more noble beasts can you get than this lion here? But it's not just science, I have to say, art as well. Do you know what the story is on the street in London? I can tell you, a few months ago, Mr. Edwin Landseer himself was seen here at the Tower of London drawing these noble lions, because he has been given the new commission at Charing Cross to create the new square. I think they're going to call it Trafalgar Square or something like that. And what they're talking about doing is creating this marry me. And they are now married! And I tell you, it happened here in the Tower. But of course, it just goes to show just how badly this place is run. This menagerie that someone can get inside the lion enclosure in the first place.
Beyond that.
Well, it's true. It has to be said, it's not the only story that way. There was a a leopard keeper here who got inside the enclosure one day in order to clean out the cage. Now, when the leopards got free, mauled him, he still lies in some guy's hospital, apparently in absolute agony to this day.
Well, that was his own fault. Surely you can see that, man.
Well, was it the fault of the young lady who a few years ago, visiting from Norfolk, young Mary Jenkinson, I believe, who got too close to the line, got her arm clean ripped from her body? You know, the poor lady died?
I know. Well, she shouldn't have got that close, should she, silly woman?
Well, I tell you the final nail in this story, friend. The final nail in the coffin of this menagerie was just a few weeks ago. Myself and my husband, Ensign Seymour, were taking a little bit of a shortcut through the line through the monkey enclosure, you know, as you do. When one of the monkeys came up and bit my husband upon the leg. You know, he's not been able to report for duty ever since, sir. My husband is in agony. They say that it could go septic. They say that his leg might even need to be amputated.
Honey, you'll recognise you. You're her, aren't you? You're who put this place closed down in the first place.
Me?
Troublemaker.
It's not my fault. The Duke of Wellington has closed this place down precisely because he knows how badly you run it. For this man is a counterfeit. This man is not Professor Septimus Watson at all. Indeed, madam, you're very right to boo him. This man is Alfred Cox. He is the last keeper of the menagerie here, and he's a man so terrible at his job at looking after animals. His last position at the menagerie upon the Strand here in the city of London, the elephant that they had there was mightily sick. They had to put it down. You know, it took 150 shots of the rifle. They were talking about getting out a cannon to finish that poor elephant off. Shame on you, sir! Boo! You will not be seen around here ever
Curse
again.
you, Mrs. Seymour. The trouble with you is you don't understand good entertainment.
Entertainment? It is all science. It is research. It is the betterment of our understanding of the animal kingdom. You, sir, shame on you, sir. I hope we never see you here again.
I'll get my animals back.
You will never have your
I'll get
animals
revenge
back,
on the whole
sir.
pack of you.
Terrible behaviour. Thank you very much. And thank you for your support, friends. For this man here, this man, Alfred Cox, did indeed try to keep the Tower Menagerie open, displaying some of his own animals here, from his own private collection for a short time. But no, the King, King William IV, commanded it to be closed, and the animals now, to this day, are at their new menagerie at Regent's Park. Now, for you, the only animals that you have to worry about here at the Tower of London are the ravens, that keep England safe. And don't they know it? Because they will get away with murder. Look after your sandwiches if you're anywhere close to them, for they will have a go. I do promise you. But I hope you've enjoyed the presentation.
Don't never apprehend Alfred Cox.
I hope you've enjoyed your visit. I hope if you see this man again, you'll make a citizen's arrest upon him, for he should be ashamed of himself. But if you have any other questions, do feel free to ask. There is another exhibition also in the Flint Tower at the north part, if you want to know more about the menagerie there. But in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.